Hello friends, today we'll discuss the MCQs on Shaper machine. I'll try to explain every answer with the help of diagram and videos. So let's begin with the first question. If you see this diagram, from this diagram it is clear that the workpiece is stationary while the tool is reciprocating with the help of RAM. So it means that our answer is B, workpiece is stationary while tool is reciprocates. Next question, in Shaper, the job is kept. Here also it's very simple, the job is stationary. Right? So your answer is A, stationary. Next question, the front of the body provide the guideways for. If you see in this diagram, I have shown the front body and also I have shown the cross rail. So the front of the body provides a guideways for a cross rail, and cross rail has two parallel guideways on its top in a vertical plane, and that's why our answer is a cross rail. Next question, the cross rail is mounted on the dash of the body frame. I'll show you that here also you can observe the cross rail is mounted on the body frame, means on the front of the body frame. This is a front portion of the Shaper machine, and ultimately our answer is a front, means the cross rail is mounted on the front of the body frame. Our next question is, which one of the following is not a part of a shaper? I shown that the ram, then the bull gear, right? Then the clapper box. But in this case, you see that the tailstock is not used in the shaper machine. We know that tailstock is used in the lathe machines, and that's why our answer is C, tailstock. Next question, the size of a shaper is specified by. I shown here the stroke length. Means if you see there are a number of specifications, but as per this option, the maximum length of the stroke in the shaper machine will be ultimately specified, and that's why our answer is maximum length of stroke. Our next question, clapper box of a shaper is used to. Students, first of all, I tell you that the clapper box is connected to this tool head. Clapper box hold a tool post and a single point cutting tool. So from this diagram, it is clear that during the return stroke, the clapper box just lift the tool. So there must be a clearance between the tool and the workpiece during the return stroke. And that's why our answer is lift the tool during the return stroke, because in a forward stroke, the cutting action will take place. Next question, the dash movement of a cross rail permits the job of a different height to be accommodated below the tool. So if you see that actually the vertical movement is the answer. If you see the cross rail is moved vertically up and down. So this can be done with the help of the elevating screw, so that the distance between the tool and the table varies. So that we can hold a different height of the job, and that's why our answer is B, vertical, means the vertical movement of this cross rail permits the job of a different height to accommodate below the tool. Our next question is, which of the following mechanism is used in the shaper machine? You can see there are different options beam engine, pantograph, then the crank and slotted, you can see the crank and slotted lever quick return motion. In from this diagram, it is clear. We are using the crank and slotted lever mechanism in the shaper machine. And that's why our answer is C. Next question. Falling shapes are produced with the shaper machine. If you see this first diagram, uh, we can produce the V block also. We can produce the flat surface also. We can produce the duetal. This is the duetal slot. Okay. This is the diagram which I have shown. Then the guide jibs which are used in the lift. Okay. So it means that all above can be produced with the help of a shaper machine. And that's why our answer is all of the above. Next question. Which of the following is used for machining small jobs? Generally, shapers are used for the purpose of machining the small jobs. It is mainly used for producing the flats and the plane surface. So as per the options given here, the shaper is the answer. Next one, the bull gear in a shaper is driven by. From, if you see this video, this is a pinion and this is a bull gear. Pinion gear when rotates, then the bull gear will rotate. So ultimately, bull gear in a shaper is driven by the pinion. So that's why our answer is A, pinion. This is the what I shown, the pinion and the bull gear. Next question. Which of the following machine is primarily intended for producing a flat surface? You can see this is the, again, I shown one job where we are producing a very accurately flat surfaces. Here also the flat, this is a table of the any machine, okay? Basically a shaper or even the planer machines also, right? So in that case, again, we can produce the flat surface. So basically, our answer is A, shaper. And we know that the main purpose of the shaper machine is to produce the flat surface actually. And this machine is invented in 1836 by the, I think the scientist is James. Okay. Then the next question, which stroke is a cutting stroke in the shaper? So I shown that this is the job and in the ram, and this is a tool post where the tool is hold, okay, into that tool post. When the forward stroke takes place, then the cutting action will take on the workpiece. And that's why we can say that forward stroke is the cutting stroke in the shaper machine, because only in the forward stroke work cutting is done. And that's why our answer is A, forward. Next question, in a shaper, rotatory motion is converted into a reciprocating motion by means of. So students, if you see in this diagram, I shown this is a rocker arm and this is a bull gear. So when the bull gear takes one complete rotation, then the ram will reciprocate. So if as per these options which is given, our answer is, in shaper, rotatory motion is converted into a reciprocating motion by means of rocker arm and bull gear. So your answer is C. Our next question, one complete rotation of the bull gear in a shaper gives ram. So what they are asking, the options they have given to you, the option is one forward stroke, one return stroke, one forward and one return stroke, no movement. I will show you if the, again, in this diagram, this is one complete rotations taken by the bull gear. At that time, there will be a one forward and one return stroke. Okay, so the one complete rotation of the bull gear in the shaper gives a ram, one forward and one return stroke. So that's why our answer is C. Next is, which stroke is an idle stroke in shaper? So from this diagram, it is very clear that during the return stroke, the tool will not come in contact with the workpiece. So in the return stroke is a idle stroke because no useful work is done in this return stroke. So that's why our answer is B, written. Next is, quick return mechanism is provided on the shaper to reduce the time required for. So students, in that case, you know that in the return stroke, as there is no useful work done, so in that case, the return stroke will be ultimately the answer, because we have to ultimately reduce the time. So as there is no cutting actions in the return stroke at that time required for the return stroke should be less. And that's why our answer is B, return stroke. Next is, which of the following operations can be performed in the shaper? So student, I'll show you that this is the gear. You can go for the gear cutting also, right? Even we can go for the next one, but this is the keyway cutting you can do. Here also some curvilinear counters, even it is possible. It means that answer is all about the mentioned operations which we can perform on the shaper machine. But ultimately what happens, we know that mainly the shaper machine is used for the flat surface, but it is versatile machine and can be used for some other purposes also. Next is, which movement of a ramp is called stroke? See students, in this case, you can see that I show the movement right now. So what happened? There is a back and forth movement of the ramp, right? So that's why in this case, the back and forth movement of the ramp is called stroke. But only in the forward stroke, the useful work is done. So your answer is C, back and forth. Next is, which one of the following shaper tool is chosen when narrow slots are to be cut? It's very simple. Actually, when you want to go for the narrow cut, we always give the preference to the grooving tool. All these are the different grooving tools which I have shown. Next is, the other name of a Whitworth quick return mechanism is, our answer is the crank and slotted link mechanism. So other name of the Whitworth quick return mechanism is also called as an crank and slotted link mechanism. So your answer is B. The next is, the hydraulic shaper is driven by. So when the word comes hydraulic, it means that naturally we are talking about the liquid. So students, our answer is very clear that so it is driven by a liquid pressure by means of a piston and cylinder. I shown that how the movement of the rank will be taken place with the piston and cylinder. Okay, so your answer is C, liquid pressure. Next is, in shaper work, the selection of cutting speed depends upon. I'll show you the some diagrams. This is the aluminum material. This is the SS material. I have shown this as a copper material. It means that for the different type of materials can be shaped, as well as what are the, when we are using the different type of cutting tools, right? Even the material will also depend upon the which type of material to be cut. So that's why our answer is both A and B. It means that the selection of the cutting speed depends upon the type of material as well as the cutting tools. Your answer is C. Next, which one of the following operation is not performed on shaper? You can see we can perform the horizontal surface, we can perform the vertical surface also, even we can perform the grooves and keyways, but we can't perform the cutting the V threads. And that's why our answer is D, cutting V threads. Such operation is not performed on the shaper machine. Next question. The length of stroke of shaper ram should be. Now, in this case, actually, if you see in this diagram, the stroke length is always greater than the length of the job. So that's why our answer is very simple, that the length of the stroke of a shaper ram should be more than the length of the cut to be taken on the workpiece. So that's why answer is C. Next question is, which one of the following is the characteristics of the shaping machine related to the cutting process? If you observe in this diagram, I shown this is the tool which is holding the tool holder, and we are providing the feed to the workpiece. So it means that what happens when the tool cuts the material in the forward stroke of the ram. Meanwhile, the job has to be fed to produce the flat surface. So that's why, as per this, from this, it is very clear that the tool cut during the forward motion while the job is fed. So both these process has been taken simultaneously. And that's why our answer is A. The tool cuts during the forward motion while the job is fed. Next is, the crank pin of a shaping machine is set closer to the center of the bull gear. How does it affect the ram movement? So in this case, I will show you, this is the center line of the bull gear. And I have shown, just if the tool, if I say that the crank pin, if it is very close to the center axis of the bull gear, at that time the ram movement will be shorter. But if you go for the, as you increase the distance from the center of the bull gear of that crank pin, at that time the stroke length will be greater. So in our case, they have asked you the question, the crank pin of the shaping machine is set closer. So if you set it to the closer, it means here at that time the ram movement will be shorter. So your answer is D. Next is, which one of the following parts of the shaper supports the table? From this diagram, it is very clear that table has been supported with the saddle. That's why our answer is C, saddle. Next, which one of the following shaper mechanism produce less noise? So naturally, if you see, the rack and pinion is again a mechanical type of, crank and slotted is a mechanical type. Okay, here the cam mechanisms again is but when you're going for the hydraulic type of mechanisms, when you are using, at that time there are less number of parts, and that's why our answer is a hydraulic mechanism, right, which will always produce a less noise. So thank you, friend.